Hey everybody, welcome to another Arkham Horror List video. Today, we're going to be talking about our top 3 most annoying hidden cards. The cards that when we look at them in our hand, we go, no, what are you doing here? You're so annoying for various reasons that we're about to describe for you in the next 8 to 15 minutes. So Bryn, why don't we dive right in and start with your number 3.
I would like to begin by saying that out of all of the Ancient Evils alternate sets, this one is my favorite. However, as long as it is in my hand, not only do I need to remember that it is there the entire time, I need to do an extra layer of math on my tests.
Yeah.
And I just don't like that.
That was a big thing for me with a lot of these hidden cards is like remembering. When we were in like person, it was a lot easier to remember these cards existed, but in Tabletop Simulator, it's a nightmare. Like, because like I have to be the cameraman, right? All that other stuff. I completely forget these cards exist. So a lot of my annoyance comes from that.
Yeah, like at least the ones that have the constant effects, like, you can't draw cards or what have you, like, that's a little easier. You just don't do that thing.
Yeah.
The ones with the triggered effects, they're a little less easy.
Travis, why don't we do something a bit unorthodox here? Why don't you also jump in on this conversation? Because as you can see with your number 3 card, it's also Delusory Evils.
Yeah, the reason I don't like this one is, well, I appreciate what they tried to do and mitigate Ancient Evils and like give you decision with it. They didn't actually, because this one's so easy. You always take it to your hand. You never put the Doom on.
Never. Because
like there's not actually a choice there, you know?
Yeah, if you look at it just with math, losing 1 action is a lot better than losing 9 actions when the 3 of us play.
Yeah, like the things that you guys complained about is also like valid, but that was the fine reason for me putting on this list. This is just. I mean, actually, all 3 of these are less about them being annoying, me not liking the design of them. But
my number 3 is Gift of Madness Pity. This is on here, and I have a spiteful Bryn, like one of the classic Bryn reasons. Not to say Bryn's reasons are sometimes spiteful, but I think he put a card on his list once because it killed him, so that sounds like spite to me.
That also sounds like spite to me, strangely enough.
This was one of our first playthroughs, probably I think our second through Carcosa, and we were in the we were doing the Unspeakable Oath, and Travis he just all he would say is, I can't hurt my patients. And I had no effing idea what he was talking about. Because I was just like, Travis, I need help. I need you to do something, anything. And he's like, nope, can't hurt my patients. And I'm like, I don't want to say I've never forgiven him, but like
you were losing your mind a little bit.
Yeah, that one hurt more than you killing me when I was Min as Mark. That one. In retrospect, I totally understand, and I liked the joke that he had to how he told me it was happening. But in the moment, I was like, what's going on? So, yeah, this one is like very annoying to me for that reason, but you know. Bryn, what is your number 2?
Yeah, it's Gift of Madness Pity. So yeah, the first time that we played through the Path to Carcosa, none of us had any frame of reference for what these cards could do, and Travis made us all play with the same matte black dragon shields that he used on the deck. So you didn't know that there were any of them anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were playing through one, and we were just like, we were
secret.
We were slogging through the end of the asylum, and all Travis would say is, "I can't." He was playing Carolyn, and he was like, "I can't hurt my patients." And we we're just kind of sitting there like, "Oh my god, but can you fucking help us get out of this stupid asylum?"
Yeah.
Let me out. I'm like, nope.
I'll commit punch symbols to your test, and he's like, "Oh, I can't attack my patients."
Yeah. I'll do everything, but I won't raise a finger to hurt them, but I can do everything else.
Yeah.
Wow, Brent, I'm glad yours is here for the same reason.
I mean, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. My number 2 is La Comtesse E. I don't know how to pronounce it, and I don't frankly care because she is not worth my time. She seems you could just ignore her, right? But if she spawns on like turn 1 in the Return to Curtain Call, and you just like the amount of horror she'll represent because of that, right? And then you like maybe I missed it. I RTFC'd the card like 4 times to make sure while I was reading this, but like you can't get rid of her when she's in your hand.
Nope.
She's just
No,
there.
you cannot. Yeah.
Yep.
She's just there, and your hand size is 4.
And like, yeah, there's the alternative. You can play around her by just not killing her, right? Like she only gets in your hand if you're, if you kill her. However, Curtain Call is a very well-designed scenario with the fact that like it's very oppressive on your horror stat, especially because of Big Butt Baby. And having an extra thing that's just dealing you horror will actually kill you to the point where you should just be like, all right, I'm going to kill her. Put her in my hand. She's an easy kill. She has 3 health, 1 attack. She's begging me to shoot her with a gun, right? And then you're like, yeah, but now she counts as 4 cards, and I'm going to just take more horror because of that, even if I kill her. And I think she's like, it's good. It's a neat design, and it offers a lot of interesting choices. But man, you can just see everything about her reads annoying. And when she jumps off the balcony, she doesn't get hurt. And I want to speak to the manager about that. Travis, what is your number 2, and why does it have this weird red border going around it? That's so strange to me.
That's because the background's red. It's the red one. This is actually like for all 3 of the Unspeakable Oath weaknesses. These are technically hidden cards, so they belong on the list. And I don't like how you can get one that is completely unrelated to what your deck does, and you have no possible way of doing it, and then it just sucks experience from you.
Mm-hmm.
Which I would actually like prefer if they gave you traumas for not doing it, because
you play around
like
drama.
Traumas are like being punished for not playing the game, but not getting experience is just like not fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it's really it's really not a great time to be playing like a yellow character and you draw this as your random basic weakness. You're like, I have to overkill an enemy.
I mean, you're like, I can do it. I'm a seeker. I can do anything I put my mind to, but I didn't want to do it. But
yeah, like, or you're like, you're fighty guy and you got 2 book in the game. You're just like, oh yeah, discover a clue from an empty location. You're kind of like,
yeah. Or even like,
you can kind of do all of them,
right?
But I think this one's the most egregious.
Oh yeah. I get what you're saying, and I think this is like, I think these ones, I think there should be a rule that like, not so much mulligan, but if you get one, you can go to the one that's not as bad for you. Like if you get the one that's just like a killer, you can't go to the one that's good for you, right? Like that kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah, you can go to the one it's evade most of the time, but
yeah.
Yeah, my complaint's like, again, it's mostly this one that you have to deal damage to an enemy in excess of its remaining health is kind of garbage.
That's really hard for some, yeah. Unless your deck's built for it, yeah. I get it.
Yeah, and I do like the variety in punishment. I don't disagree with taking experience away from investigators. It's just that like how it'll take it away, but also sometimes you can just get screwed on them.
Yeah.
And the combination of those is what puts this on the list for me.
Definitely. All right, drum roll. Let's get to our number 1s. Bryn, what is yours?
I got the Hidden Chamber, Prison of the Beast. This is a hidden card.
It was because it came up when you searched for hidden.
Yeah, but also you don't know which one it is. So, like, you gotta find it. It's hidden. Anyway, this one I hate because it makes an otherwise enjoyable scenario sometimes incredibly frustrating, where it is always the last card that you find, and you have to slog through everything else, even though math says you shouldn't have to.
Yep.
But you do.
There was one in the Nathan, where I was playing with Nathan and I was Nathaniel Cho and he was Ursula, and the hidden chamber was connected to Bishop's Brook, which only allowed 1 investigator in at a time. That was probably the most frustrating Blood on the Altar I've ever played.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
like
like
you're the plan for Blood on the Altar, for like spoiler free as possible, is that you want to move in and out of this location for reasons, right? And then Bishop's Brook makes it so that if only one investigator can be in at a time, you can't actually do that, because then, like, you know, the person who's in the hidden chamber can't leave because someone's in Bishop's Brook, or vice versa, right? Like, it was very annoying. So, Bryn, I support this as your number one, no matter what Travis says.
I think this one's annoying, and it is a hidden card. It has the word hidden on it. I did not take any of the Mythos cards that say things about things being hidden in their flavor text.
Yeah. You know, Bryn, I don't want to call you like a warrior or a hero, but you might be. You might be. My number one is Law of Yiggoth, specifically Pandemonium. When I was going through them all, I think honestly these cards are fun and I like the flavor behind them. But this one, they're easy to get rid of as well. Like they're like, the annoyance is like, this is superficial, right? Like it's on like the surface for this. But I hate that there's this thing telling me I can't play cards with a certain number of words in the title, because then I first ask, why do you care about this? And his answer is Pandemonium. I'm just here to make rules. And then I have to start counting the words in all of my cards and then like sorting my hand by word count, which is such, I feel like I'm like at a law firm and I need to make sure I follow all the rules exactly, which is once again the flavor of the card. But I can love a card's like flavor and design and hate the process that it puts me in, because it just, I feel like I'm doing filing and work when this card comes up. And that's all. Travis, what's your number one?
My number one is Haster's Gaze. I don't like this card because it can lock you out of winning the scenario. So, this is only
yes.
in...
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, this is only in the second last... It's from the Return to Path to Carcosa, so you don't have to worry about if not playing the Return to.
Black Star's Rise, I believe.
Yeah, if you advance the C agenda to the third part, it becomes an act, so you can't put any more Doom on it anymore. So, and you can't investigate the Abbey Tower, which you need to do to like win, while you have hidden cards in your hand. So if you draw this, like, you're very, very limited in your ways you can get it out, to the point where it's like they're basically non-existent.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually forgot about that.
That's
it should just have the option to eat the penalty and discard it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
has it been errata? I imagine that would be something they'd errata.
No.
Yeah, because like, can't you not get out if you have cards in your hand?
Yeah, you can't on that one side. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's not hidden cards. You can't get clues if you're not. If you have cards in hand, then you can like spend an action to discard 3 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't choose to discard it because it's a hidden card, and hidden cards cannot be discarded except by their text.
By their text.
Yeah, and you can't even get rid of it with like some of the. There's like a card from that scenario, I think, as well, that lets you discard cards at random. It's like Twisted to His Will or something like that. That doesn't get rid of it because you can't discard it.
Yeah.
You're screwed.
Yeah. Yeah,
I do
like
remember
that. You should just be able to take the 2 horror and discard it.
Yeah, I think that's how I'll play it, is like if you're at Abbey Tower, you can just take 2 horror and discard it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like...
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think we can fairly say that seems pretty annoying. Am I right, YouTube? Anyways, let's put me out of my misery, shall we? And end this video.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everybody, and also thanks for the suggestions for the list. We really appreciate it. We'll be back next Thursday with another exciting list video, so keep those suggestions coming about more stuff you want to see. As you can tell, we can talk about anything in this game. Dare I say it, it's our superpower. Have a good one, and as always, GG's.